It's getting crazy out here, y'all. Stay focused. Let's go, KD. Take a look around you, you can find your way, babe. Yeah, take a look around you, you can find your way, babe.
Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Hey, you the one that say that. You and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice payday. You don't wanna say that. You don't want to stay back. I keep my composure, this my kingdom, nigga, stay back. We had a couple of moments, you had a trust, nigga, own it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga, I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth and we die with it. I see it like it's an obstacle. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music of me to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think what you had, stop looking at trends. You wearing your heart like it's topical.
Clearly now, the pain is gone, the fame is on, and they play my songs. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. New era, I got y'all. Real game, we pop off, no knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines, we find out. End game getting real near. If you don't know, you behind now. Behind the times, government hot behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said
Swole Normuth.
The sun
Yaboosh.
is shining. The
Come on,
birds
baby.
are
Come on,
chirping.
baby. Come on,
The
baby.
bacon is
Oh,
sizzling.
yeah. The sizzling
Welcome
bacon,
to
baby.
the Daily Swole.
Yeah. Testing. 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 Testicles. Testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 14 Hundo and 18 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and leslaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What is going on? Beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and yo hoes. It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for joining Daddy. Thanks for joining Daddy for episode 1418. How are we doing? What did you train today? What are you training? If it's your first live stream, drop some cherries in the comments, because Papa Swolio, pop, be popping cherries. I be popping cherries all the time, and you know it. You know it. You know it. Maybe you've gotten your cherry popped recently. Maybe you have. Maybe you haven't. Is this any first timers? I'll be gentle. No, I'll be gentle. No. I need some more coffee. How we doing, fam? How is everything? Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you spread the love, spread the swole. We're still doing it every single day, relentlessly consistent. We got to get it done, people. We got to get it done. Let's pour some coffee. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got to get it done. We have work to do. Now, I know a lot of people are, you know what's crazy? I mean, or I shouldn't say what's crazy. I should say what's a little bit unfortunate, because we've been talking a lot about consistency, doing it consistently, doing what we normally do. I mean, this situation that we're in, it's really no different than anything else that we've been doing in Swolenormous X. Like, we're doing the same shit. We're doing the same shit today. We're doing the same shit today that we did yesterday, that we did last month, that we did last year. We're literally doing the same shit. Nothing fucking changes. Nothing is changing for us. This is the same old song and dance. We have to do it. It's another day to do it. What are we doing today? Blah, blah, blah. We're doing what we have to do. Literally doing what we have to do. A lot of people are changing everything. A lot of people are changing everything. Everything in their life is upside down. And some people that are really dealing with the health crisis and the stuff that's going on, yeah, you have to deal with shit. You have to adapt. But too many people are completely throwing off everything that they normally do in their day. They're not doing anything that they normally did. And they're literally using this as an excuse to be a lazy fuck and to play a victim. And if you're not exercising, then you're playing the victim. If you normally go to the gym and now, oh, my gym is closed, what am I going to do? You're playing the victim. Google it. You know, it's amazing. All the people, yeah, you should post some home workout stuff. I do all the fucking time. If you don't have, you should post some body weight exercise workouts. Google it. There's a million. Do some push-ups, do some squats, do some fucking lunges. I'm not going to show you anything that's like fucking changing the shape of the earth. There's nothing that anyone can show you that's apart from the common sense movements that human beings have been doing for thousands of years. We're the same body that we've had for thousands of years. Practice yoga. Practice yoga. You want some shit that you've never seen before? Practice fucking yoga. Get on it. Do a free class on YouTube. Join Swolenormous X. Just do it. Stop asking so many questions. Do it. And this is not to say that your questions are bad. I'm fine. I want you to ask questions. It's totally cool. But what I want people to do is stop asking so many questions before you actually take action. You can get the answers yourself. You can fucking start. There's so many resources. You do not need an answer to every last thing. You need to do more shit. You need to do more things. You need to take more action. Everyone always wants all the answers. No one has the answers for you. No one has the answers for you. Fitness has not changed. Exercise has not changed. The human body has not changed. Do you know what's changed? And this is what I said in today's YouTube video. If you haven't checked out today's YouTube video, you got to go check it out. If you haven't watched today's YouTube video, you go watch it, because the one thing that people are really noticing is that they do not have the tools to survive this. And that doesn't mean food. That doesn't mean water. They don't have the mental tools. Most of you can't handle being by yourself. Most of you can't handle meditation. You can't handle the damage that is your own mind. Most people's minds are fucking cesspools of trash. And you're not helping it by watching and eye-fucking yourself with all the garbage on the news, on Instagram, on Twitter. You're just eye-fucking yourself with garbage all the time. No wonder your mind is poisonous. No wonder your mind can't handle stressful situations, because you don't train it. You know what happens with your body when you train it? It gets stronger. It can handle stronger environments. It can handle more stress. If you don't train your brain, you can't handle psychologically stressful situations. And this is one of the biggest misfires with fitness and health. Okay, this is the biggest misfire. It's that physical stress, or let me rephrase that. It's that psychological stress can be cured by training. How often have you heard, oh, I'm super stressed out, I gotta go hit the bag? And people go and they do like a cardio session. They do kickboxing, or they go for a run, or they go do cardio, or they go lift because they're mentally stressed. That will give you a temporary fix. That's not the answer. It's not going to fix the problem. It's not going to fix why you're stressed to begin with psychologically. It's not going to change how your mind approaches thoughts. It's not going to change how you internalize these things. It's not going to change any of the psychological mechanisms that need to change in order to stop this from being a problem in the future. You're not training yourself in the manner that's going to actually stop the problem. You're covering it. It's like taking a Tylenol because you have a headache. If you take a Tylenol because you have a headache, but you have a headache because you're dehydrated, what the fuck are you doing? You're being a goddamn jabroni. That's what you're doing. Being a goddamn jabroni. Jabroni alert. Yow. Yow. You're being a fucking jabroni. Don't be that fucking guy or girl. You're not going to get rid of psychological stress with training. It's going to make you feel temporarily good. And let me be clear with this. You train, that's great. It's better than doing nothing. Like if you're psychologically stressed and you go and you exercise, that's great. You're exercising because you should be exercising. You should be exercising. That's good for you. So I'm glad. I don't want you to not exercise. Well, he said, Papa Swole said when I'm stressed, I shouldn't exercise. No, what I'm saying is if you are psychologically stressed and you're using exercise as your way to essentially target that, it's not going to work. You're covering it. You're masking it. You're going to have that temporary endorphin release. You're going to feel good, that high from lifting. I mean, me personally, if I am lifting, I can't focus on my training if I'm psychologically twisted up. If I'm psychologically twisted up, if I'm stressed out with something that I'm thinking about, training doesn't make that go away. I can't focus on my training. So for me, it's the opposite. I don't go and work out because I have mental stress. I can't focus on my training. So if I have mental stress, I'll meditate. If I have mental stress, if I can, I'll practice yoga. If it's not anything super serious, if it's like a little bit of a combination between physical and mental stress. I mean, this is a huge turning point for a lot of people. A lot of people are in a completely different situation. You're around a lot of people all day at work, and now all of a sudden you're isolated or you feel isolated. But this is why those tools are really important. That's why it's so important to have those meditation skills, because now it can solve all those problems. And I shouldn't say all the problems, but it's really going to make much more of a difference than people think. And we're in a situation right now where the best thing that you can do, the most important things that we should all be doing, is keeping our distance, is staying at home, is not taking action. And what can you really control? What can you actually control? I can't control what the coronavirus does. I can't control if a 90-year-old person at a nursing home gets it. I can't control what the fucking stupid ass spring breakers are doing on the beaches. I can't control what they're doing, but I can control what I'm doing. I cannot join them. I cannot go to public places. I cannot go to the gym. I can make that choice to, the gym is closed, of course, but I can take care of myself. I can focus on my business, on my fitness, on my people close to me. I can make sure that they have the right information, that they're taking care of themselves, that they're okay in my household, in my extended family's household. I can make sure that the people that are important to me are safe and have what they need. Aside from that, what can I do? I have to go inside and handle my own shit. I can't be fixing the world. And the best way to fix the world is not to do anything, but people are staying home and just running their fucking mouths and or making the excuse to not do. I think this is the best opportunity to get in the best shape of your life. Stop eating so much. Most of you, or most people that have problems with obesity, are overeating. Well, here's a perfect opportunity to not stuff your fat fucking face. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear, don't put food in your fat fucking mouth. No one wants to hear that. Everyone gets all butthurt. You should stop fat shaming. You should stop being so fat phobic. No, I am dying phobic. I don't want to be unhealthy and be pushed around in a wheelchair and have diabetes and lose my limbs phobic. Okay? If you want to eat 20 jelly donuts, then you have that choice, but don't pretend like it's not killing you, and don't pretend like well, anyway. That being said, no one likes to think that way. But this is a perfect opportunity to lose extra weight. This is a perfect opportunity to start practicing meditation. You only have all the fucking time in the world. You only have all the fucking time. That's the number one excuse. I don't have time. I don't have time. Well, how's that excuse now? If you don't get in shape now, if you don't start losing weight now, if you don't start really practicing yoga, meditation, and start crushing, you can crush. And if you're obese, literally, if you're obese, you don't need all the weights in the world. Good thing. You don't need a fucking home gym. You don't. You need to practice yoga and stop eating so much and go for a walk. Make quality food choices. Like, no fucking shit. The biggest excuse, the most common, is I don't have time. If you don't make those changes now, then you are a complete waste of fucking space. Emotionally and physically. I'll say it. You're just a fucking blob with a heartbeat. A blob with a fucking heartbeat. If you do not make progress, this is the best time to make progress. Everyone's looking at this as a situation where you're going to fall back and lose your gains. Why? You might not build maximum muscle if you're used to squatting 500 pounds and you don't have 500 pounds to squat. We'll do single leg squats, practice yoga. You can still make progress. The gyms won't be closed forever. You might lose muscle mass. Okay, you might lose some muscle mass, but you can still make progress. Every single person in this situation can make some type of progress. Real fucking progress. And when I say working on your meditation and yoga, that is going to give you tools to help you the rest of your life. This is just a unique opportunity to practice them and to double and triple and quadruple down on that. It's going to give you amazing opportunity. You can always go back to the gym and lift weights. That's easy. Building muscle is the fucking easy part. Everyone makes it so complicated. Not really. You train hard, you eat right, and you fucking build muscle over time. Talk about the ultimate opportunity to lose weight. Anyone who's struggling to lose weight now, I mean, holy shit. I don't know what the fuck your excuse is. There's no excuse. This is the best opportunity for people, and everyone's looking at it as the biggest downside. Everyone's looking at it as the biggest fucking downside. We don't have patience. We have way too much anxiety. There's way too too many people on fucking antipsychotics and antidepressants. Like there's not a problem. It's not like the virus is raining down from the fucking clouds. Keep your distance. You can still move and do things as long as you are allowed to, based on your government's jurisdiction and what they've told you to do and your exact situation in your area. You make better decisions. You can still go for a walk. You can still be active. You can still do things physically in your house with your body weight and make amazing changes. It's just there's no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse, especially because the biggest number one excuse is I don't have time. Well, now you have all the time. Fucking now what? Fucking now what? Right? Now what? Cerny, brain gains, brain gains, brain gains. Can't say it enough. If you're not doing it, you're at a big disadvantage with your workouts. 100% agree. And if you're not a Swolenormous X member, the brain gains section is where we do our meditation. The reason why it's called brain gains is because you need to strengthen your mind. You need to lift with your mind. That's what meditation is. It's lifting with your mind. You're doing reps. Okay? You're doing reps. You're doing reps in your mind. You're lifting in your mind. I'm meditating twice a day now. I'm doing it twice a day. I'm doing 20 minutes, and then later on the day, I'm either doing another 10, 20 minutes or so. I'm doing it twice a day. Like, this is how you need to schedule your day. You need to change your environment. You need to change what you're doing and set little checkpoints. So you meditate in the morning. Then you do maybe a little yoga or Swollen 7 routine around noon, or you do a lifting session. You set up little checkpoints so you're doing things throughout the day, and all you have to do is focus on getting to the next checkpoint, getting to the next item in your day. Schedule these little lifting sessions. Schedule a mobility session. I mean, that's what's great about the Swollen 7. I mean, those of you that are members, we talked about this yesterday in the release with the new Swollen 7, the Swollen 7 bands, the Swollen 7 core. And now this week with the new releases coming with the other things that are being worked on with Swollen 7, you can use these as little checkpoints, as little workouts, little mobility sessions, little repair sessions throughout your day, in addition to your workouts, in addition to your full yoga practice, in addition to your brain gains or meditation. It's literally just practicing, and you're not going to be an expert the first time. I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert meditator. It's just practice. It's like being an expert at yoga. There's different types of experts, but you're always learning. I don't care how long you've been practicing. That's why even if you've been doing yoga for 30 years, you still call it your yoga practice, because you are practicing. You're always feeling different day to day. Your body is always moving a little bit different. And the more you notice this and the more you address this, the more you focus on this and realize that your body changes day to day, that's what you have to be aware of, that you're always a little different. You're always a little tweaked. You're always a little different day to day. The more you do it, the more you plug into your physical and psychological health, the more you'll notice those little nuances there. John, tell him what time it is, Papa. I'll tell him. Thor's hammer throw, Thor's hammer down, brah. People need it. Single leg squats are the shit. Nice challenge. So empowering to lock that down. Yay. EM, did my first brain gains yesterday, only a couple minutes, but I felt better afterwards. Planning on doing it again today and every day. Good for you. Good for you. Christina, I do everything. I focus on my hobbies. I walk outside whenever I can, but I still miss my gym. I so envy people who are healthy and not injured. They can work out the whole day now. Well, you don't need to work out the whole day. If anything, maybe people are going to work out too much. Now people are going to train too much and too often and then hurt themselves. Now we're doing, hey, I'm doing 3 workouts a day. It's like, all right. There you go, Jessica DeMarco. Damn right, Papa, back to the basics because the basics work. Well, most people don't do the basics anyway. But legit, now's the time to do it. No one likes to hear that. I mean, I just saw this on the news. This was sent to me. I'll pull this up. I don't want to go through because there's a lot of I got some garbage ads here on the screen, but here we go. This is in Kent. I think it's in the UK, right? Let's see here. Huge K's as Ashford's McDonald's as branches close tonight. So streams of cars are lining up to get their hands on one last McDonald's meal before they close tonight. Pictures have surfaced of large lines affecting the entrances to some of Ashford's business parks with traffic backing onto key roads. Here you go. Everyone lined up to get their last fat fucking McDonald's meal. Line it up around the fucking block. We got an ad from Rogue. We got all these like videos of people, there's lines of cars lined up in the UK to get their last face fucking meal of McDonald's. So in a world where the rush, the line around the block to get fast food, why can't we close? Look, I had someone mention in today's YouTube video, you said that obese people are more likely to get coronavirus. That's not true. Everyone's susceptible. They're more likely to have comorbidities. Whatever the fuck you want to say. You want to play little semantics, nuance, little game here. Oh, he said this word. Okay, everyone's likely to get it. It doesn't matter. You know what I fucking mean. If you're fat, if you're obese, obesity is a fucking morbidity in itself. Okay? If you're fucking fat, you're not a healthy person. You're more at risk for everything. Everything. You're more at risk to not be able to bend over and fucking tie your goddamn shoes. If you're obese, you're more likely to not be able to see your fucking dick. Okay? If you're obese, you're less likely to be able to fucking play with your kids. If you're obese, you're less likely to be able to fit in your car easily. If you're obese, you're less likely to take up only one airplane seat. If you're obese, you're less likely, or you're more likely, it's, there you go. There you go. That's it. That's it. What's the fucking argument? I'm not arguing. I don't care what they say. Okay? I'm fine if you want to change my mind with certain things, but they're just bullshit. It's bullshit feelings. There's no actual fucking tangible, there's nothing there when it comes to fat acceptance. There's nothing there. Only people that want you to say things the way they want you to say them. Fuck you. I'm not gonna change the way I say my words. You can go fuck yourself. And if it bothers you so much, then you need to ask yourself why it bothers you. Okay? If the way I talk about obesity bothers you, it's more important that you figure out why it bothers you. If you really don't care and you're happy the way you are, then it wouldn't matter what I say. But if it bothers you, that means you're not happy with it. You're not happy with something. You're not happy with your life. So you want to come back at me with, fine. If you want to be obese, then be obese. But it doesn't change the fact that you's going to have the problems. And if you don't want to believe that, that's fine. You can roll the dice. Okay? You can roll the dice. But if you're trying not to roll a 6, this shit is covered in dots. So be careful. It's like Russian roulette with 5 in the fucking chamber. Bro, isn't that the fucking truth? I have troubles fitting on airplane seats as it is. Aaron says, I'm not even obese, and I can't fit into airplane seats. These shoulders. I have problems. Like I'm trying not to like put my elbows on the armrests and stuff. Yo, for sure. Let's see here. That dude looked like he already contained 500 cans. Mountain Dew? Someone's trying to buy 500 cans of Mountain Dew? I don't fucking know. Who knows? People are idiots. Nicholas, if they are obese and proud, why do they get their tits in such a twist that they have nurples? Purple nurple. Remember the purple nurple? Everyone remembers the purple nurple. Okay, let's get into the first post of today. Juicy, juicy. I love this man cast. How we doing? Drop in the comments below with what you're training today, what you did train today, and what you've been doing to adapt to this situation that is, it's ramping up. John Robert, I'm fat and I think I rolled the dice for long enough. Decided it's time to hold myself accountable for all my lazy ass actions over the past decade. Good for you. Get some. And make sure, fam, we're going deep on the Swole fam again today. So hashtag Swole fam for blue and red, white, red, and blue, blue, red, white, red, and blue, red, white, and blue, whichever color you want to start with. But I decided to go blue for the Swole and red for the fam. So hashtag Swole fam for Swole card 1418. Hashtag Swole fam. Going Swole fam. We're going to change it. We'll change it up, but it's just been so pertinent because community is so important. Just been going Swole fam every day. Just going deep. Swole fam fucking deep on the daily. motherfucker. Love my Swole fam. Love those beaches. Love the beach. Okay, let's see here. This is pretty funny. I'll share this one. Will, I had to get some batteries for my smoke detectors and light bulbs on Sunday. There were so many of those scooter carts in all the aisles. It was like a weird Mario Kart level. That's so funny. All right, let's get into the first post of today. Let's see here. Whoa, zoom in. Let me zoom out here. My bad. My bad, yo. Gyms are now closed, so I'm building my own. This is from Zach. So what up, Z? So I'm building my own. I've worked way too hard the last couple of years to be taken down by some stupid ass virus. This 10 by 10 foot spot in my garage will do nicely. Don't forget to take care of yourself, people, especially during these stressful times. So what up, Zach? Let's get some gorillas. Good shit, dude. Good shit. Get it on. Get it on. This one's from Cody. Koti. I'm 16 hours away from my family working the medical ICU as a travel nurse, which is basically in the lion's den of where this virus is about to hit. My family owns a small business in North Carolina that is not doing so well due to the current state of the economy, and it has been an absolute nightmare to be so far away from them at this time. My roommate was kind enough to empty the garage for me and set up her home gym equipment because she knows how much of a gym rat I am and that I would go crazy without being able to exercise. That's a good friend. Whether you have access to equipment or you can just simply walk outside, I hope you're all taking care of your mental and physical health. I know many of you have lost your jobs and are in survival mode. It's an agonizing time for many of us, and it's very easy to let fear get in the way and cripple you, as I found myself starting to let that happen this week. Try to push through and spread kindness, even if it's not given to you, spread it anyway. Let's look back to find that we did the best we could with an awful situation. I love you all. Let me see them quarantine workout selfies today. And of course, everyone posted in the comments the little, everyone flexed on them. Look at that. Ooh, I'm liking that shadow today. I got that good shadow. Look, I'm looking shredded. I made a promise to myself that I'm going to make the sickest fucking gains possible during this time. I'm flipping this whole situation on its head in terms of my own personal fitness. I am going to turn it up. Now, it might not be a bulking situation because I'm not trying to eat to bulk, just not eating as many calories, but I'm training like a beast. Super consistent. Let's fucking flip it. Let's flip it. Let's fucking turn it up. Let's turn it up. Let's do the opposite of what most people are doing. A lot of people are just giving up. Can you imagine how many people are on the fence with fitness as it is? They're already on the fence. They're already not really paying attention to their training. They're kind of in and out of the gym. They're the kind of person that makes New Year's resolutions and then quits 2 weeks later. They're kind of dabbling. They go twice a week, but they also go to happy hour 3 times a week. They just aren't really into fitness. They're doing jack shit right now. These people are going to be depressed. These people are going to be fucking going out of their minds. I cannot imagine being under quarantine or lockdown or in this situation without eating good food. We do the best we can. I know a lot of people just can't access the optimal foods, but, doing the best you can, but without at least drinking water, sleeping right, exercise, like doing yoga, meditation, doing some type of physical. I can't imagine going through all this and not taking care of my health like that. I just can't imagine being in this situation and not taking care of my health. It's like, why would you have all the time in the fucking world? Now is the absolute number one time in which you should be doing that. Literally, right now is the time to be doing that. Why are people not taking care of their fucking health? Death is looking at you in the fucking eyes and you're like, hey, I don't care. I'm going to get my last McDonald's meal. Hurty. That's what these people sound like. That's what their thoughts sound like. People that are in line for McDonald's for the last day. They're in their head. They're all in line going, hurty. In their head, it's like little minions going, jack fucking shit. Just dust and fucking butterflies in their head. There's absolutely nothing. Oh, no shit. Well, that makes sense. Because I was thinking, okay, people usually have access to parks and they have access to like pull-up bars and stuff. But that's true. If everyone's going and touching these fucking things, they're spreading it more than ever. Anna says the playgrounds around town are also closed. One even has a fence set up around it to keep people off. That's a good point. God damn it. Christine, can't wait for this freight train to go away. All my fitness clubs and trainer friends are sharing daily videos and workouts of the day. Yeah, everyone's scrambling to try to figure out what to do. Zach, I really feel bad for trainers and gym owners. Between the gym rats building their own home gyms and the people who barely exercise anyway, they're going to lose a ton of business. Everyone's going to lose a ton of business. That's the problem with adaptability. You know, anyone who has all their training in person in a gym is vulnerable. And this is just proving that. I mean, some people only have stuff online and they don't have, I mean, most people don't diversify anything. Most people don't diversify anything. Most people aren't prepared. You know, it's like people that only post on YouTube or people that only post on Facebook or only post. That's why I post stuff everywhere. It's like you have to spread your shit around. You have to be in a position where you can adapt. And if you only have a brick and mortar store, you're only doing stuff in person. I mean, you're vulnerable to a hurricane. You're vulnerable to an earthquake. You're vulnerable to the business. If you're a trainer at a gym, what if the business goes under or they're restructuring or the owner makes a bad decision, has to let some people go? You're just vulnerable. I mean, I think life is all about just minimizing your vulnerability. We're all vulnerable fundamentally, but minimizing your vulnerability. But, you know, let's turn this into a positive. Now you have time to pursue your passion. You have time to make that YouTube channel. You have time to do your hobby. You have time to think, to write that book. You have time to do things. You finally have time. It might not be under the best circumstances. Maybe you thought, hey, I was going to have time and I was going to travel the world and this, well, not going to happen right now. But you can start painting if you love to paint, if you love to draw, do models, you can do a lot of shit. There's a lot of stuff that people like to do that they never have time to do. And now they're using it as like, oh, but I'm so bored. Do your fucking shit. Do all the stuff you normally do, aside from going outside and talking to other humans and stuff. Yeah, people are fucking idiots. Jen Vasquez, the mayor of Los Angeles closed all parks and beaches because too many people were out this weekend. Stay home, it's that simple. Yeah, they ruined it for everyone because so many people are fucking idiots and they're going anyway. People are stupid. Fundamentally, people are dumb. They're dumb. And if you see other people going, oh, I'm going to go too. These are the people that are perpetuating the problem. We're going to find out from all the people at spring break that are spreading it all over the country right now going home. Yep. It's not going to be a joke when all your shit's shut down for another month or two. Pedro, I just read an article in the importance of deload weeks and seeing increased gains after rest, and I was intrigued. It is ironic, forced deload through this isolation. Yeah, I think most people deload before they need to. Most people don't train hard enough for a deload. I think that's the real truth. Most people don't push their bodies hard enough to actually warrant a deload. But a lot of people are going to be forced to rest, but you know, I don't think this is going to help. This is not going to help fitness. It should. You would think it would, but it's not going to, unfortunately. All right, let's get into next story. This one's from Christine. Christine says, working from home as much as I can since all our stuff is on paper. Darn old school lawyers, LOL. I feel okay this morning, but can feel a headache brewing. I started coughing as well, and the sore throat has not changed. Well, fam, I'm home under quarantine. I've developed a sore throat, fever, and a headache this morning. I've been assessed and under surveillance. This is scary. My husband is in the vulnerable part of society since his lungs and esophagus were damaged in his surgery, as well as his asthma. I don't know if I'll get to use my gym. I'm freaked and pissed off and grouchy and bitchy whilst being hit by a very large dump truck. Stay healthy, fam. I hope to God that I only have a sniffle, and we all hope too. So just take care of yourself and, you know, keep an eye on everything and keep us updated. But a lot of people are going to have this issue. A lot of people are going to get the coronavirus. And it doesn't mean, look, if you have the coronavirus, doesn't mean that you're going to suffer miserably from it. It doesn't mean that you're going to have side effects any different than the normal flu. It also doesn't mean that you won't. So we have to be aware that everyone can get it and everyone can have severe symptoms, whether or not it's going to lead towards death. I think we can all agree based on the stats that that's really more limited towards people with underlying health issues and the elderly, but you never know. So just take care of yourself, and I hope you feel better real soon, Christine. This is from Julie in Toronto. So day 7 of isolation, I did Ashtanga yoga last night, and it really brought me some joy in the midst of all this strain. Thank goodness I got my nutrition and meditation practices in place before the crisis began. Thank you, Swole fam. Consistency, adaptation, resilience, health, community, all hashtags. And fuck yeah, Julie. Go get it. Good for you. Good for you. Meditation, nutrition, getting it all ahead of time. These are all skills. These are all skills and all preparations that can be worked on now, but of course should be in place before. You should all have been practicing this before. You should have all been, should have, would have, could have, all those things. Like, yeah, we should have. But I mean, it just goes to show why, if you have these things in place and these crises hit and these situations hit, let's say you got the flu. Let's say you got the flu. You should be home anyway. So even if this wasn't complete lockdown, even if you had the flu, you'd be home. You wouldn't be going around a lot of people and going places anyway. You'd be at home in your room, generally under your own quarantine, right? Your family wouldn't be hanging around you, like, hey, stay away from mommy. Mommy is sick. And like, oh, mommy. You don't want your kids crawling all over you while you have the flu. You don't want to get them getting sick. So families usually quarantine people anyway if you're sick. The person's in the room, you're taking care of them, you're bringing them soup and water and stuff like that, and then they eventually get better. So you're usually separating people, right? You're usually keeping people away. This is just a little more complicated because a lot of people can carry this, not feel symptoms, and spread it. And that person can have severe complications or die. And that's the scary part, is that you don't know if you're spreading it. If you're fucking, you have the cough, you're going to keep away from people generally. You shouldn't be around people because you can spread that. It just might be harder to spread that because it's not as, right? It's not as contagious, or a lot more people might have immunity or have had a flu shot for that strain or that sickness or have gotten it before, how normal colds work. But this is obviously much more severe. Oh, yeah. A little burpee McBurpeeson. Okay, here we go. We got another Juicy Juice post from Rob. And Rob says, hey fam, update time. Not a happy one this week. I did my 3-week scan for the start of week 13 of Swole season, which is being put on hold while the coronavirus mess gets figured out. And I'm sad to report this scan wasn't good. My body fat was up and my muscle mass was down. I'm not sure what happened. I've gone over my food logs and there wasn't anything different than normal. Part of me thinks it's an aberration with the scan. We all know how accurate they are. Planning on staying the course, though I'll most likely be tracking my food like a psycho again for a while. We'll see what happens 3 weeks from now. What kind of scan? Did you do one of those like in-body things or like an actual DEXA scan or something? So as terms of those like in-body scans, just throw those out the window. I wouldn't pay attention to those kinds of like bioelectrical impedance bullshit things. I wouldn't put much stock in that, if that's what you're talking about. For the good news, with gyms being shut down with no reopening in sight, I cobbled together a workable home gym using some plate dumbbells, a curl bar, and resistance bands. I won't really be able to do any mass stuff. I have enough weight that I should be able to use volume to keep on track. The bench I order will be here Tuesday, so my coffee table is my bench for now. There you go, hacking it together. I like it. All of that with some walking and hitting up the yoga studio, I should come through okay. So with Swole season on hold, let's hear it for Slightly Inflamed Interlude. That's it for me, and remember whatever you're working on this week, get after it. You got this. I love it, man. I love it. That's good. That's not bad news. That's not bad news. Everyone goes up and down. Who knows what those scans really are showing? It could be water retention, could be who the fuck knows. It depends on how accurate the scan was, and it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. You got this. I love how you used your coffee table. Fuck. Everyone needs to be making some adjustments. Everyone needs to be tweaking some shit. Everyone needs to be hacking some stuff together, or, it's just doing the best you can, right? Doing the best you fucking can. But I like how you're making it happen. I mean, maybe you can't do the same heavy squats, but you can swap some things out. You could do single leg exercises in place for 2-leg exercises, so you can use your body weight to more of your advantage. If anything, we can all focus a lot more on our mobility. We can all focus a lot more on our range of motion and our recovery like that, which is why the yoga, Swollen 7, all these mobility sessions, that's why it's so valuable. I mean, use that to your advantage. So shift the focus and make progress elsewhere, and it'll help you long term. So that's good stuff, man. I thought it was a positive message. You just showed how you're resilient and you're doing it no matter what. So it's good stuff. This one's from Ash. This was an interesting one. Everyone out there getting it done. Let me see here. So Ash says, I have a new respect for Papa now. Ooh, let's see what this is all about. I own a martial arts gym in Georgia, and we have confirmed COVID-19 cases in our city. To accommodate and adapt, we have moved classes online. Knowing and seeing all the content that Papa is constantly cranking out is amazing. It inspires me to make the best online classes and content I can. Thanks, Papa. Also, 7 hours of filming yesterday kicked my ass. I definitely need some yoga and brain gains. So good for you. You're adapting and you're doing the best you can with a situation that is putting you in a position where you need to adapt and adjust, and you're doing it. So a lot of people, or most people, are doing stuff online now to their, hopefully they're doing well with it. But as you can tell, if people aren't prepared to go and change everything online, a lot of businesses are going to be suffering from that just because they don't have the technological skill, they don't have the understanding, they don't have the ability to turn that into a functional, they don't have a brand, they just only had walk-in business, and all of a sudden now they're trying to transfer everything over. It's going to be hard for a lot of people, and we'll see how long this lasts, but it's always a good thing. It's always a good thing to have that ability to flip a switch and to change directions. So no matter what your business is, you should always be ready to change directions at a moment's notice. But yeah, putting out content, there's a lot more. Everyone thinks that YouTube videos or any kind of stuff, it's like, oh, it's just like, oh, they film it and then it's up. It's like, okay, you film it and it's up. Yeah, you film it. You have to get the lighting and the audio and the fucking and the camera, and you have to say the things that you want to say, and you have to be recording it properly. Then you have to edit it, and then you have to do all the interludes. You have to upload it. You have to do all the tags. This is just for a YouTube video. Thumbnails and distribution, and then Instagram, and then Twitter, and Instagram stories, and Snapchat, and email, and texting, and messaging, and DMs, and blogs, and then Swole Enormous X con. There's a lot of stuff that we do. There's a lot of stuff that, I'm always working on, but it's just consistency. You build those new habits. So you build those new habits with recording and putting stuff online and how you run your business. So it's good stuff. Let's see. Will, my gym has suspended payments, included at-home workouts for free on their app. It's definitely not as good as Enormous X, but it's nice to see they're trying. Yeah, well, everyone has to try. Everyone's scraping and clawing and trying to catch up. They're behind. They're behind the game. But it's good. Phil, my gym is like, please keep paying us even though we're closed so we don't go out of business. I have a feeling there's a lot of that going to happen. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Oh, you're welcome, man. You can catch, I'm sure you probably saw the accountability meeting already. And missed the accountability meeting yesterday. I had to work late, but was so excited to see all the new content. Thank you so much, Papa. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope you all enjoy it. Huge release yesterday. Massive, massive release. So make sure when you do those videos and you do the new yoga classes and the new yoga studio and the Swolga and the Swollen 7, make sure you drop comments down below and let me know what you think. Yolanda, I'm freaking out because I'm high risk from having respiratory issues since I was a baby. I've already been social isolating for over 3 weeks. It's frustrating seeing everyone else out partying, etc. Yeah, that's the problem with, or one of the challenges with having, we have all these freedoms and the Constitution and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't say there's a problem with having the Constitution, but then you don't want to impose, like, you're forced restricting people into their houses and you're not letting people leave in martial law. So you say, hey, make sure you stay inside because people are dying, and everyone's like, okay. And they go to the beach and party because they're fucking assholes. And they're inconsiderate, and they're generally not intelligent people. It's just literal. They're generally not intelligent people. If you're one of those people, you're just generally not intelligent. You're not. How can you make that argument? I'm smart. This is overblown. No, it's not. You're being knowingly stupid. You're not that intelligent if you're going to public places. You're just not that smart. And or you're a sociopath. You just don't care about people. So You don't care about what's going on. It's not too harsh. Bum, 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 bum. All right, we got another story. We got more stories. More stories. More stories. This one's from Christian. What up, C? She says, since my yoga studio has closed, I have gotten a lot of use out of the yoga studio in Swolenormous X. There is a lot of variety and it's perfect for all levels. If you have not begun a yoga practice or if you're going stir crazy or feeling some anxiety right now, the yoga studio is a great place to start today. The instructors are amazing and offer modifications for the poses. Yoga is for everybody. This morning, I took my practice outside as the morning sun arose. It was lovely and a perfect start to my day. The stray cat that I feed joined me at the end. Good for you. Good for you. Excellent. Excellent. I'm glad you're enjoying the yoga studio and using it outside yoga for the sunrise. Beautiful. And we also have a brand new member, Elle. So welcome, Elle. She says, just joined the Swole fam. I officially started day 1 of primer week for the 90-day dash. So wish me luck. I am so excited to be a part of this awesome group and we welcome you. So welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, welcome. Christian, that's me. That's me. That's my post. I said that. I said those things. I said those things. That was me. That was me. Yeah. Got a couple good ones. Let's see. Got 2 more in particular that we got coming up. A couple more good ones. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of people are walking around. A lot of people are not taking this seriously. But, you know, it's there's a lot of things, a lot of vulnerabilities, and a lot of issues that we're going to find from this situation. It's exposing vulnerabilities that people have with themselves. You're learning what tools you do not have at your disposal. And here, look, if you don't, it's one thing to not be able to afford a home gym. Okay. Now, when we say home gym, I don't mean a squat rack and fucking Olympic bar. That's not a home gym. That's a gym at home. Okay. So if you have that, that's fantastic. And I don't even have the space for it. So I wouldn't have had that even if I had, 10 months to I wouldn't have put a barbell in here and shit like that. But if you don't have things that you can do at home, then you're completely vulnerable to everyone else and everyone else's gym or situation. You can get a TRX for $100. You can get 2 ropes and tie it. You can get off-brand ones. You can wrap it around a pole. You can get bands. They're not expensive. You can have them anywhere and everywhere. So if this ever happens again, you have something to do. And again, you might have to change your goal. A lot of people are comparing what they're doing today to what they were doing last week. Well, you better get over that fucking comparison because a lot of things are going to change for a long time. So stop comparing what you're doing now for training to what you were doing in the gym. Literally, change. Change the way you're comparing your workouts because what I'm doing in the gym today, what I'm doing over here today is not going to be what I did in the gym a month ago. It's not. I'm not doing heavy front squats. I have dumbbells. I have bands. I have kettlebells. Like I have stuff to do, but it's going to be different. So I'm going to adjust my goals and my approach and my mentality for things. It's not the most important thing to continue to make gains. I need to keep on bulking up. There's other aspects to this. There's food scarcity. There's other issues, right? To eat a lot of food. You don't need to quite eat so much food because you're not being so active. You're not going in so many places. It's just pretty much you being awake and training. That's really your caloric deficit. That's really what your expenditure is. It's not as much as it normally was. You're not moving as much. Not as hard to gain. I mean, it really isn't. But it doesn't mean that you should be focusing on gaining. I just think there's more important things that you should be addressing right now. People are just obsessed with getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's great. And I'm not saying don't have those goals. But what I'm saying is you need to be adaptable with your goals. You need to understand that time will pass. Things will change. Things will be able to be different in the future. But we don't know exactly where this is going. This could last to the end of the year. And then we have flu season again. It could last another year. Easily. It could last another year. This whole shutdown can last 3 more months. We don't know. When you have a situation like New York, which is doubling every 3 fucking days, That's not a good graph that slows down. You don't see that, and then it stopped. Doubling, which means all the tests that are coming in, a lot more people are testing positive, which means it's spreading a lot faster than people realize. Yeah, yeah. I don't think you're going to see a lot of people that are disobeying these laws as much in the next upcoming weeks because shit's going to get real. Don't want it to get real, but it's going to get a lot more real. It's going to get a lot more fucking real. David, adapt it. Might actually make you a better at he-lets. You truly don't need gym equipment to succeed. I'm not sure exactly what you were referring to, David, but you definitely don't need gym equipment to be a success. If you're measuring your success about how much muscle you're building, this might be a maintenance phase. This might be a phase or a period in your training, in your life, where you're not trying to make as much muscle mass gains as possible. I mean, I'm still going to train heavy, but it's not about like how much muscle can I build. I'm just looking to add mobility and to fucking just keep on crushing my butt. I'm having fun. I'm having fun overloading my body with bands and kettlebells and things that I haven't done in a while. I haven't given enough attention because I've been in my mode, my general routine with lifting weights, my general habits. So this is exposing a lot of my exposing my body to a lot of new, I shouldn't say new, but like new overload in terms of frequency. So I'm doing a lot more bands than I have before. I'm doing a lot more kettlebell stuff than I have before. I'm doing a lot more dumbbell stuff than I ever have with no bar because I don't have a bar. I have a bar for my bands and things like that, but it's cool. It makes you adaptable. Nana Love. So grateful for Swolenormous X, weight bar, and my treadmill. I smashed a great session today. Fuck yeah. Get it. Get it, get it, get it. Get it, girl. Ho, ho, ho. Let's see here. Oh, crack my back. There you go. Patrick M. Yoga and meditation. I'm looking to use this time for mobility and flexibility. I think we all should be doing that. Use this time to practice those things that you never really gave that much attention to. And mobility, flexibility, and meditation, those things are going to help you more through this crisis. Seriously, meditation is going to help you the most. It seems so counterintuitive that, oh my God, doing nothing is going to help me the most. It's not doing nothing. You are doing nothing, but it's also being more present. You're able to handle situations. It's not just when you're practicing meditation. It's like when you practice yoga, you're working on your mobility, but that mobility helps you throughout the whole day. It helps you when you lift weights. It helps you when you bend down to pick something up in the kitchen. It helps you when you're taking groceries out of the car. It helps you when you're moving. Yoga doesn't help you only when you're practicing yoga. Mobility, lifting weights, it doesn't help you only when you're lifting weights. It helps you when you pick things up off the ground. It helps you when you pick up your daughter and you put her on the table or you whatever, right? It helps you do things. Meditation helps you do things throughout the day too. It's not just sitting there, I meditate. It gives you those same tools, but psychological tools throughout the day, the same way strength, the same way mobility does. It's the same type of adaptation. It just helps you with a different aspect of it and a much more important aspect because your brain is what's filtering everything. Your brain is bringing in all these fucking thoughts that you don't want and all the thoughts that you do want. It's jumbling them up together and just showing you all at once like, hey, look at all this fucking shit. And then you're looking at YouTube and Instagram and fucking Twitter and you're getting eye hole raped by all this bullshit that has no business. You have no business looking at. That's why people follow too many things. You comment on too many things. You look at too many people's bullshit. It's just constant fucking shit. Your brain does that enough. You don't need to add to the psychosis. You don't need to add to the overload. Slow your fucking roll. What was that? Shut your mouth. Slow your roll and shut your mouth. Carol Stanley, I've lost 130 pounds at home. To the yeah. Thank you, Swole X, for all the content. It's totally doable to do it all at home and adapt as a mom of 5. Okay, so anyone that thinks they can't do it, don't have time. Carol is a mom of 5. Yikes. I don't get to go to the gym. This program has been great to help me do it at home. Holy shit. Holy shit. So do you listen to your own voice when meditating? Nah, you sit there and quiet. You could just do it yourself. You can start a timer. You can start a timer. there's different ways to do it. There's different types of guided meditations and different methodologies. I personally just like mindfulness and focusing on the breath. It's very simple. You don't need equipment. Of course, there's different types of anything, different types of yoga, different types of meditation, and you have to find what works best for you. Just find what works best. And I just want to remind everyone, because some of you have been mentioning, and I got a couple messages earlier today. I want to put this on the screen. A reminder that for those of you that are interested in being paired up, if you're interested in supporting a member of the Swole fam that is going through financial difficulties with their memberships and with just because of the COVID-19 situation, you can send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, and we will explain how you can help a member of the Swole fam. Okay, so just send us an email, again, support@swolenormous.com, for those of you that are interested in donating and supporting some Swole support for the Swole fam. So just send us an email to support@swolenormous.com if you're interested in that. A lot of you have messaged me, so respect and much love, and we've talked about it a bunch of times, so I'll just be reminding you on the content and here on the podcast and places. So just send us an email and let us know that you're interested in supporting the fam. Let's see here. Christina, how can those people on YouTube eat so much? I don't get it. Those mukbangs where they just eat cakes and chocolate, it's disgusting. And who knows how, like, if they really eat it all or they use editing, but it's gross. Yeah, it's gross. Kieran Mason, for real though, fucking love great brain gains. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Make some brain gains, fam. Okay, here's a good here's something good to talk about, because a lot of you are probably dealing with the similar thing. This one's from Evelyn, and she says, "Hey fam, just wanted to thank this community for existing today. I lost sight of myself today. I don't know why. Just woke up and wanted brownies, maybe a Swiss roll, my good old trusty binge staples, and I was in fact getting ready to go get some, given that our supermarket even had any. But then a Swole video popped up in my recommended just a little over an hour ago, and a couple of lovely people in this group posted some very motivating stuff. So I took my shoes off, put the car keys away, and did a 10-minute yoga session. It helped me feel way better than those cakes would have, so thank you for inspiring me today. It feels so hard to socialize with anyone lately, not because of the distancing, but because it feels like everyone is eating crappy all over the place. My coworkers made a group chat to keep in touch, and all they do is talk about boredom and what they've snacked on. Family, same deal. Hell, even my neighbor. I'm usually all right at not giving in to binging under normal circumstances, and I haven't had an urge in easily 5 to 6 months. But it constantly being talked about is proving difficult at times. Everyone pretending that drowning yourself in gin and eating a huge pizza all by yourself is, quote, okay because we're going through rough times, makes for one hell of an enabler. So thank you everyone who is still doing their best and posting about it. And 100,000% Evelyn, this is the fucking problem, is everyone's using this as an excuse. This is what happens with addicts. People are addicted to food, they're addicted to their bad habits, and they're using this situation as an excuse to not exercise, to eat shitty, to drink alcohol, to do all the things that they normally feel guilty for, or normally they would be socially ostracized for, or shunned, shame, shame, shame. But now, hey, it's a coronavirus party. Ho, 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 right? There's a hurricane coming, hurricane party at my house. It's just stupid shit for people to trash themselves and to escape the stress or escape their normal existence, which they're not happy about. If you have purpose, if you have hobbies, if you enjoy doing things with your day, and you have fucking purpose, and you're meditating and you're in a good place, you don't need to escape. You don't need to escape with a bottle. You don't need to escape with drugs. You don't need to escape with food. It's a drug. It's a drug. Get the fuck out of here. It's a fucking drug. You're creating Pop-Tarts or garbage. It's a fucking drug. It's a drug. That's why people are fucking sick and unhealthy. It's a drug. Some people can do drugs just a little bit and not have any major issues. Most people can't, which is why most people don't. But good job, Evelyn. Good for you. And another story in closing with another story. This one's from Jessica, and Jessica wanted to share, and this is a couple days ago. We did the Ask Papa Swolio and the accountability meeting yesterday, so we got some backup posts from earlier. So this is from Jessica, and she says, "Hey fam, wanted to share a victory with everyone. I have successfully finished the 90-day dash. I learned so much about how my body works and all the small imbalances. I've gained so much strength both mentally and physically. I have the strength to make mindful decisions for myself, and I have the strength to lift heavy when needed. As you can see, my goals and results from the 90-day dash is a little different than some of the fam. I was 118 pounds in the before picture. I see a woman who lost focus of the big picture, my overall health. I was playing the numbers game and lost. I was malnourished and diagnosed exercise-induced anemia. What do I see in my after pictures? A strong, healthy woman who is focused on her health rather than a number on the scale or a six-pack. I weigh 130 pounds in the after pics, and I combed my hair. I am healthier than I have been in years, both inside and out. I want to thank you, fam, for being my support, pillar number one, which of course is community. Thank you, Papa, for providing me with the knowledge to get my life on track. I especially want to thank one member, Philip Gerard. Thank you, my friend, for challenging me to push myself and kicking me in the ass when I had doubts. I did it. So to all the members who wonder or unsure if you can gain on the 90-day dash, my answer is yes. Eat right for you, work out hard, and recover harder. Take care of your mental health because it is essential to your health. What's next for me now that I have the proper mindset? Well, scorched earth, of course. So much love, Jessica. Good for you. And another shout out also to one of our mods, Phil Gerard. So that's what the Swole fam's all about. It's not just about losing weight, it's about gaining. And that's one of the beauties of Swolenormous X and the Swole fam. And what we talk about here is it's important to understand that we all have the same goal. We're all coming from the same perspective, but those goals and those little nuances are going to be a little bit different, right? They're going to be a little bit different. So just because you're here and you're crushing it and you're doing it daily and you're focusing on yoga, on meditation, maybe you're doing scorched earth, maybe you're doing swole season. I mean, you can do scorched earth and gain. You can do scorched earth and cut. It's really about your caloric intake and the weights you choose and the rest periods and the little customizations. But we're all here. We're all here in the same area, in the same place, and we're using the similar content. But like the method in how we approach it and the goals that we're trying to result with, like our outcomes can be different. And what's great about this family is the goals can be different. You can all achieve different goals based on what you do and what you're trying to accomplish. So we have people of all ages in the Swole fam. Some of you are in your 20s, some of you are in your 60s and 70s. I mean, it's amazing how many different age groups, male, female, beginners, more advanced. It's just amazing the scope of all the people that are part of the Swole fam using the same fucking content, crushing it, working hard. Some people are deciding to work more on nutrition. Some people are focusing more on yoga and meditation. Some people are focusing a lot more on the lifting. Some people are doing a little bit of everything, but you have what you need when you need it. And it's the 7 pillars. You got community, nutrition, training, recovery, mobility, mindfulness, and consistency. You have the things that you need, the tools in your toolbox, and then you just got to take out the right tool for the right job. Like, what job do you need to work on? What job do you need to work on today? Okay, how are you going to, what tool do you need for that job? And then you're going to adapt and you're going to find a tool and a method to do it. What do you need to do today? We're doing upper body. Okay, do you have the tools for the job? What equipment do you have? Okay, and then with whatever you have, either you buy it, you go get it. I've said this before. If you can't find on Amazon, shocker, you waited too long. Go on Facebook Marketplace, go on Craigslist, go on Let Go, go on OfferUp. You know, just keep your social distancing, wipe it down when you purchase it, but you can go and get these things that people are not prioritizing. People are cleaning out their garages and their closets. There's nothing else to do. You're stuck at home. A lot of garage sales. I'm not saying go socialize, but you can definitely go and pick up some great stuff and give people a lot of financial support. A lot of people might have lost their jobs, so they're emptying out their shit in their garage. You're helping each other. One person's trash is another person's treasure. They might be selling dumbbells like, hey, I need the money, just $50, and you just saved $500 on a dumbbell set. So you can easily go do that. How many of you have made good scores with Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or stuff? How many of you have made, like, how many of you had little scores with that? I know a lot of you are dropping in the comments, but you can drop them again. I agree. Swole fam. Remember, hashtag Swole fam today. We'll do the giveaway in just a little bit. Such a great group. It's that support. It's incredibly valuable. K Dickey. I love that name. I always say it wrong because I can't say it right. Dikai. What's the phonetic of your last name? Dikiy. Dikai? Dicky? I'm just curious as to like what it actually is. Hopefully you're not insulted by, I doubt you're a part of this. I always have to preface that. It's like, wait, you're here. There's no way you're insulted by anything. Kind of hard. I agree. Thanks, Phil. Thanks, guys. I'm happy to help everyone however I can. Jessica did all the work, though. She killed it. All I did was talk to her a bit. Damn straight, she did the work. But we all do what we can. You know, it's just amazing how just a few words of encouragement, just a little bit of time, a little bit of focus can help change the game there. Dawn, I don't buy or sell on Marketplace, but my husband does all the time. He always uses it. I use OfferUp a lot. There you go. Oscar, thrift store shopping, harvested several good pieces of equipment. Good stuff. Cerny, it's impossible to not find something you want to do for your health and well-being in Swolenormous X. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. It's lovely how you say it. Dickai? Dickai. Dickai. I almost feel like it's a South Park. Dickai. Dickai. They took your job. Dickai. K. Dickai. I'll say it like that from now on. There you go. Josh Logsden got a bench with Olympic barbell and easy curl bar with 300 pounds of weight for $200 yesterday off Facebook. Holy shit. Good fucking deal. Good man. Good man. Now I'm jealous. Ashton Pierce, I didn't check garage sales or marketplace, but I went on Amazon, got myself a bench and dumbbells, dropped some money on it, but worth the investment. Oh, that's not a problem. That's not a problem as long as you can get it. It's just a lot of things are sold out. They're not available because Amazon's not restocking that stuff and X, Y, and Z. But I bought a bunch of stuff. I bought a ton of stuff. I bought a ton of stuff on Amazon, but I did it like 2 weeks before everyone had that rush. I saw it coming. I'm like, all the gyms are going to be closed. Let me just. So I switched over. I took like 4 or 5 days off from lifting, changed my mindset to, okay, I'm only focusing on training at home. That way, when the gyms did close, I was already in that mode and there was no. You know, I made the move to create my own quarantine and take ownership of it and get my mindset straight before it happened. That way there was no transition period. Just fucking another day. They close the gym. It's like, I'm already doing it. Just got to be ahead and be first. Be quick. Focus. Cyanide Sun. I got a bench, barbell, and weights for free. Holy shit. Holy shit. And a treadmill for my father for $40 from Facebook Marketplace. There you go. James got my total gym for $100. A total gym, like a total gym apparatus, or you got all the stuff for your gym for $100. Ada, Naomi, I ordered bands on Amazon, but something tells me they're not coming. Where do you live? That's not true. They just might take a while to come. All my stuff has come, but what happens is, or what has happened, at least in my area, because Amazon is just so overwhelmed that they're using UPS. Most people are shipping UPS. It's not so much Amazon logistics. So a lot of packages maybe aren't delivered properly, or if you have a certain customization with your gate code or with your delivery specifications, I think UPS is picking up a ton of slack. They're picking up a ton of slack, but I don't know how. You know, I'm sure a lot of things are kind of getting a little funky or brought back to the depot. They're probably, can you imagine how fucking crazy that is right now? Oh my God, shipping has to be absolutely ridiculous. Shipping has to be insane right now. I'm still ordering stuff on Amazon. Some of the stuff still comes. I'm just not ordering stuff that says, hey, we're going to deliver in April 20th. I'm like, I'll just wait. I'll wait till it can be delivered. I don't mind waiting a week or so. It depends on what it is. But placing an order that's going to come in the future, it's like, well, I don't know what's going to happen in a month. It depends on what it is. A friend of mine is under travel quarantine. She's been rage quarantine buying fitness equipment. Rage buying. I mean, I just bought what I needed. I got power blocks. I have dip bars. I have powerlets. I have bands. I have a whole band system with a door apparatus. I have a bench. I have kettlebells. Like I have all the stuff I need. I have foam rollers. I have so much stuff. Some are profiting from this mess. Well, in what way? I mean, here's the thing with like businesses. I think a lot of people are hating on businesses for making a profit or staying open. Like I'm fucking staying open. Swolenormous X is a business. Like it stays open. I'm still selling. I'm still like, hey, we have memberships. Like, and it's still like it's a responsibility for businesses to stay open, to do business. I know there's a crisis going on, but just make sure that people aren't getting like, don't get upset that businesses are staying open. Businesses have to survive. If they're forced to close, then they have to close. But it's my responsibility to make sure that nothing changes with Swolenormous X. So, I mean, I'm not saying that that comment was directed at me, but I'm just speaking for all the businesses out there that maybe don't have a voice, or those of you that are listening that have a small business. This is nothing changes. And I've gotten a couple messages about my content, like, oh, I'm being inconsiderate because I guess I'm saying get off your fucking ass and go to the gym or go work out, like fucking get it done. Zero apologies. If anything, we need more normalcy. If anything, we need to be focused on that fucking shit. We need to be focused on getting it done because we have nothing else to focus on. I think I know how you meant it though, Dave. I know how you meant it. So you mean like profiting, like gouging and shit like that, right? David says, yeah, I mean, of course, just because you're profiting doesn't make you bad. I think that's what you meant. I didn't take it as like, hey man, you said that generally, but yeah, a lot of people, when you're price gouging, cleansers, or you're price gouging any kind of supplies and stuff, that just makes you an evil person. But I think it's more important than ever that we understand that it's important to keep businesses going because the economy is going to be fucking hurt for sure. Like, I mean, it's really sad to know that a lot of people are going through serious fucking problems and serious like stress right now. But it's even more important. It's even more important that we stay focused and we live by the Swole status quo. 7 pillars every fucking day. Adaptability, consistency. I mean, again, consistency. Pillar number 7, consistency, adaptability, adjusting, whatever it takes to stay consistent, which means adapting, which means changing, which means altering things. Maybe your training is going to look a little different. Okay, so you tweak pillar 3 a little bit. It has to be tweaked. Maybe you turn up the heat on pillar number 6, more mindfulness, more yoga, pillar number 5, right? More recovery, pillar number 4. Maybe you focus on nutrition more. Pillar number 2, community. How do you focus on pillar 1? Well, we got that right here. That's why the Swole fam is amazing. So we focus on pillar number 1. We can't go out in public, maybe, but we still have community. Doesn't change the fact that we can still get our pillar number 1 locked in. It's just adjusting everything and adapting everything to fit the situation. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. We still fucking crush. There you go, Patrick. A gallon of water is about 8 pounds. If you need to do some curls, there you go. You get the extra challenge to keep it from sloshing around. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Jessica, I've seen equipment for sale on Let Go, $120. Then the day gyms close, the same items are listed double the price. Yeah, well, that's pretty fucking evil. News said Trump says he hopes this will be done by Easter, or the economy is going to take a dump. When's Easter? Easter's like soon, right? There's no fucking way this is done. Like, when's Easter? I don't celebrate that. Fucking bunny chocolate rabbits. April 12th? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. I mean, what, another week? I know technically it's 2 weeks. This is not, if the cases in New York are tripling every 2 days, this is not going to end in 2 fucking weeks. Tripling every 2 days. That's what happens when you have an exponential curve. That's probably going to be a higher number. It's probably going to be like 5 times every 2 days. It's only going to, that kind of stuff gets exponential. We just got to fucking hope it doesn't. I don't see how this is. I didn't hear his quote, so I'm literally just reading comments. So if I'm repeating something that's incorrect, I don't know what he said. I didn't watch the latest stuff. I mean, we all have to we have to pay attention to the news. We have to really unplug a little bit. You can't be watching every last fucking report. You can't be watching everything. You're going to go fucking insane. You're going to go nuts. Hell yeah, M. Thankfully, I have all the content with Swolenormous X that I need to continue to train. Fuck yeah. Thank you for being a part of it. Appreciate it. M, unfortunately, my personal trainer has gone MIA since the news he had to close his gym until April 30th. Fuck, that's another month. Completely unresponsive when I asked what kind of things I can do to keep training. I can't imagine like what people are just really just going under and just getting inundated with just like what are they going to do? Mm. Yeah. Tipsology. He never said it would be over. He said we need to get people back to work by then, but take a more sensible approach. Uh, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the right course of action is. I mean, I have my opinions on whether things are going to slow, but it's really my opinion. And it's obviously not an expert opinion. I don't think anyone except a few people at the top are experts in this situation. I don't have all the numbers. I don't trust the news sources to give me like all the data and all the inside scoop. Anything that's really stressful, that's really, oh my God, gonna freak people out, you're not gonna hear on the news. They can tighten that. They can cinch that up pretty tight that you won't know what's really the problem if they don't want you to know. Yeah, if they postpone the Olympics, this is no fucking joke. If you think things are gonna be back to normal in 2 weeks and they postpone the Olympics, do you have any idea how much money Japan and just that country is losing over not having the Summer Olympics? And I'm not saying it's all about the money, but you think the NBA, the NBA and the sports leagues and all that stuff, the fucking Olympics, they build goddamn stadiums for this one event, brings in billions. And that's such a major thing. It'd be completely reckless and short-sighted to keep that going. So it's a good thing they moved it, but yeah. Um, Nelly Garcia, I missed it. So now that I want to get some power blocks, they are all sold out. Yeah, I mean, you can still look it up online, offer up Craigslist, those places, but yeah. Yeah. Yep, I mean, we're talking about it on the podcast. We were saying it's like, hey, go get your stuff now. It's going to be sold out. It's going to be gone. That shit just got bought out fast. Once all the gyms like everywhere closed, I knew that was going to happen. Papacito 16. Hi, Papa Swole from Twitch. Thanks for the care for us every day by investing your time for free. God bless you. Bless you too. Thank you, Papacito 16. Thanks for watching on Twitch, my Twitch fam. Where my Twitch fam at? That's right. Maybe I'll get into that Twitch streaming. Maybe I'll start gaming. Ooh, maybe I'll play some games. Probably not. Maybe. Maybe. You never know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know it's so weird with the deaths because and here's the honest, just literally what comes to mind when you start seeing, okay, how many people are dying across an entire country. When you look at the actual number of deaths, it doesn't really instill a lot of fear. So I think people look at the numbers and be like, oh, there's 400 million people. But these are also people that won't take action unless it's sitting on their fucking face, and they don't understand how viruses can spread, and they don't understand the other implications of it. So if you have something that spreads, you don't need to in order to create a fucking disaster, people don't have to die. We like systems need to be overloaded. And if systems are overloaded, if the ER, if emergency personnel, if the hospitals are overflowing with seriously, forget the deaths. Let's just say serious complications like critical care, ICU. You just can't. You'll crash the fucking system just because a lot of people are sick. So everyone that keeps on pointing to death as if death is the only thing that's bad, the problem lies with people that are putting too much pressure on that statistic. It's a good thing that more people aren't dying. At the same time, that's not why it's a huge concern, because all the problems that we're already seeing and all the issues with it spreading and overloading the system, the economy, and our ability to maintain it is based on the severity of the illness. We have way too many people that are seriously sick, which need serious care. Whether they survive or not, it's just too many people. It's too many people. David Velasco, how relieved are the people that caught Corona and recovered now walking around like Superman? Yeah, until they catch the next strain or the next mutation in the winter. There's multiple strains. As far as I know, there's at least two. You can catch the other one. What if it mutates? No, we don't know. We don't know. I've heard people that are getting the other one, they're getting sick again or getting sick twice, or they didn't build as much of an immunity. They got it worse the second time. They kind of recovered, but they didn't really fully build an immunity. They got it too soon, so their body didn't build up completely, and they got it again. They got it worse. Just because you get it doesn't mean you're in the clear. Pedro, this is an absolute truth. I run a military field hospital when on duty, and overloading my troops with patients is just my game. It's testing their ability to adapt and overcome in the midst of chaos. Yeah, that's what most people are worried about. It's not just, oh, how many people died? I mean, when you die, that's someone you don't have to take care of. I know it sounds dark, but if someone passes away, it's like, not to be really dark, but you put them in the pile. It's like, okay, we don't have to care for that person that's dead. But if people that are alive that you're trying to save and you have 5,000 when your hospital can only really hold 500, where the fuck do you put these people? They're just sick and writhing in misery and they're spreading it to other people. So you can't kick them out of the hospital. You can't send them home because everyone that's caring for them is going to get it. And if you're not getting treatment, it's going to increase how many people die, because then you're in severe pain and issues and illness for longer, and a lot more people with those comorbidities are going to succumb to more severe complications and death. And that should just be common sense, like how things work, but of course it's not. So it's not just, okay, that number, how many people died? Oh, it's no big deal. Yeah, I agree. Ellen says, yeah, but the 8th person died, and now because of that, we are looking at further lockdowns. We can't react to the deaths because that would be too slow. Yeah, that's not the problem, right? Stylish Gray, the deaths will skyrocket because the people who need that critical care won't be able to due to an overstressed healthcare. This thing could get much worse if we don't take it seriously enough. Agreed. Andrea Riley, hospital here went through 6 months of medical supplies in 7 days. Here in Austin, Texas, we are under shelter in place until April 13th as of now. It seems like that's what's going to be in most places. All right, fam. Let's give away this Swole card, Swole fam. I got things to film. I got workouts to do for me, and I hope you do the same thing. Focus on your meditation, focus on your yoga, make some brain gains, do all that good stuff, and make sure you check out today's YouTube video on the Swolenormous channel. All right. So let's hear hashtag Swole fam. Let's give away this Swole card. I shall be scrolling and giving away the Swole card right now. Dance time. Here we go. Swole fam. Giving away the Swole fam card. Here we go. Wow, instantly. First hit. Congratulations, M. Congratulations. Very good. That was the first scroll. That never happens. Congratulations, M. Thankfully, I have all the content with Swolenormous X that I need to continue to train, and it's a wonderful, lovely comment about Swolenormous X. So convenient enough. Thank you so much, M. I appreciate it. Everyone say congratulations, M. Thanks for playing. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Swole fam. So send us an email to support@swolenormous.com with Swole card or Swole card 1418 in the subject, and then your mailing address in the body of the email, and we'll send this out to you this year whenever it gets there. So yeah, those cards will be going out. So congratulations, M. Congratulations. Fantastic. Ellen Josephine, yeah, we are smashing supplies. I work for a respirator company. Oh, geez, we are nuts at the moment. My God, you must be super busy. Super busy. So yeah, be smart, be safe. Don't take this lightly. Play it day by day. And really, meditate, take care of your mental health, but you can't rest on every last post you see online for social media. You can't lean on every last news release because they're trying to stay in business. They're trying to be sensational. It's important to know the facts, but you don't have to inundate yourself all the time. If you have restrictions in place and they're shutting down your area, that's it. If it's shut down to the April 13th or April 20th or April 30th, if it's shut down, it's shut down. That's done. You have to shift your focus onto what you're going to do right now. So my recommendation in closing is to set yourself a schedule. First thing in the morning, you meditate. Then maybe a couple hours later, you do a yoga flow. Then a couple hours later, maybe you do your workout. Then you do a meditation later. Like set little mini checkpoints or a swollen 7 minutes, 14 minutes, do 2 rounds. Like just do something throughout the day. That way you're focusing on what you're doing on the next task. And then all you're doing is focusing on every day. You're focusing on every day, one day at a time. And before you know it, this will all have progressed in the world. We'll be moving forward. Hopefully it gets better sooner rather than later. I'm on everyone's side. I want it to go away. I want it to be back the way it is to normal, but that's just wishful thinking. It's a waste of time. This is here. The world is changing. Things are going to be different for a while. We got to get through this. The only thing that we do know is we have to get through this. That's what we have to get through it. And we have to do the best we can to get through it. And the best way that we all can help is to stay the fuck away from other people and handle our shit. So set those little checkpoints, do your best. And I'll see you tomorrow for episode 1419 of the Most Muscular Swolecast. Beardcast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. See you tomorrow for 1419. Peace, McGeese, Deuce, Magoose, ya boy, Papa Swolio. Oh, 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 oh.